Hello, everyone, and welcome to another movie review. I am happy that you can join me today. If you are new to this channel, welcome. Click the subscribe button below for future notifications and updates. Click the like button and share this content with other movie fans. My Oscar prediction special is coming soon, and it will be posted right here on YouTube on Wednesday, March 6th. So again, mark your calendars if you haven't already done so. And I will be sharing with you guys what my Oscar predictions will be. And just in case you need reminding, I don't think you do, the Oscar Awards ceremony will be on TV on Sunday, March 10th. Jimmy Kimmel is coming back to host it for a fourth time, and I am looking forward to it. Oscar night is always a big night at my house every year for as long as I can remember. I've been watching the Oscars since I was a kid, so I'm looking forward to it. Okay, let's get on with the movie review for Bob Marley One Love. This is going to be probably the most serious review I have done so far. So bear with me, okay? It's gonna take a while because I'm very passionate about art in general, and I believe in the power of art and what art can do. And I mean art in all forms of it. Okay, so Bob Marley, One Love is a biopic musical drama. It was directed by Ronaldo Marcus Green, who also directed King Richard. If you guys remember, Will Smith won the Oscar for playing Richard Williams in that movie. Bob Marley, One Love stars Kingsley Ben-Adir. He plays Bob Marley. Lashana Lynch plays Rita Marley, Bob Marley's wife, and one of the members of the I-Threes. James Norton plays Chris Blackwell, Bob's record producer and founder of Island Records. One of the producers on this film, according to what I saw in the closing credits, one of the producers was Brad Pitt. Always a big fan of Brad Pitt. It premiered in Kingston, Jamaica on January 23rd, and it was released in theaters on February 14th, last week Wednesday, aka Valentine's Day. The running time was 1 hour 45 minutes. The budget was $70 million, and as of yesterday, Monday the 19th, it grossed $81 million at the box office, and it debuted at number one. So this movie is already in the black financially. So kudos to the filmmakers for making a box office smash. Okay. In the film, there are some flashbacks to a time when Bob Marley was a child and also when he was starting out professionally. But the main plot takes place in the late 1970s. The movie starts when Bob planned a peace concert when there was a lot of political turbulence in Jamaica, and as a result, someone attempted to murder him in his own home. During the incident, his wife Rita was shot in the head, but she survived. And the incident changed Bob's life and it shook him to his core. Okay, it really changed the trajectory of his life. At first, there was talks of him canceling the concert because of the attempted assassination, but Bob and Rita went ahead anyway with the concert. Bob thought his family would be safe without him, so he sent Rita and their children to Delaware to stay with his mother. And he took his band to England for about 2 years. At first, the plan was to get him out of Jamaica, but he reached out to his manager and to Chris to record his 9th studio album, Exodus. This time, he wanted a new sound and he wanted to record an album that had a more international appeal. Eventually, Exodus became one of the greatest albums of all time. And after he went on a European tour to promote the album, he returned to Jamaica more beloved, more famous than when he left. So I'm going to give this film 4.5 out of 5 stars. My mother and her side of the family are from Jamaica, and so I grew up listening to the Exodus album, not knowing how important the album is. And I also grew up to listening to the rest of Bob Marley's music. I also grew up eating Jamaican cuisine. I grew up in the Jamaican culture. And one of my biggest gripes when it comes to actors is the Jamaican accent. I can spot a fake Jamaican accent quicker than I can spot a fake American accent. So I went into the theater telling my mother, if they don't get that accent right, I'm going to be pissed. Most actors cannot master an authentic Jamaican accent. A fake accent works in comedy, however, it does not work in drama. However, in this movie, I was very happy, and I am happy to say that most of the actors, most importantly Kingsley Ben-Adir and Lashana Lynch, got the accent down. Listening to them talking took me back to Jamaica. My mother went to see this film with me, and she recognized certain locations where they shot certain scenes. So, to the both of us, this film felt like taking a trip back home to Jamaica for a couple of hours. The Jamaican patois, aka Jamaican slang, was there. Some people won't understand the patois. I do. And I am happy the filmmakers didn't put subtitles when characters spoke in patois. There is a distinct rhythm to the Jamaican accent, so I appreciated the actors for doing their homework when it came to nailing the Jamaican accent. I watched a few reviews, and some of the critics thought that perhaps the fact that the Marley family were involved in making the film, that it got in the way of portraying Bob in a human way, as in flaws and all. And they had an issue with Bob being portrayed as a hero of some sorts. But now that I have watched the movie, and I did some reading on Bob Marley's life and on Bob and Rita's complex marriage, I have come to the conclusion that the family wanted to focus on Bob's goal. And he said it in interviews when he was alive. He said his life does not matter. All that matters is he is of service to the people, and that he makes music for the people, and he doesn't care about the money he makes from his music. And his life and his philosophy centered around the teachings of Marcus Garvey and the Rastafari faith. This is actually one of the few films made that depicts what Rastafarianism teaches, and for a long time it was misunderstood because people could not get past the dreadlocks and the ganja smoking. They are teaching the same things Jesus Christ taught: the importance of peace and love. Bob Marley said in an interview that he doesn't participate in politics because politics divide and conquer. He believed that music brings people together, and it is a path to promote peace and love. I feel that this is a message we need right now more so than another story of a black man who can't be faithful to his long-suffering wife. And even though we know he was unfaithful, I think he really did love his wife Rita very much, and he couldn't live without her, both personally and professionally. There is a scene where he was in London, he was with his side chick, and he called his wife up on a payphone and begged her to come to London to help him with the album. And there is another scene, this time there in Paris, and he got jealous when he saw Rita talking to a man, and nothing came of it. In that scene, they were just talking. But when I went home to read his biography, he had a reason to flip out because at one point during their marriage, while he was cheating and getting another woman pregnant, Rita cheated on Bob with a soccer player. But getting back to the message of peace and love and being committed to that, that is what the world needs now. And there is nothing wrong with using a man's life to tell a story on film for the sake of teaching a lesson on peace and love. This is where the message of peace and love transcends one person. And that is what Bob Marley would have wanted. And I have to say this, when you see the decades old conflict between Israel and Palestine, when you see Russia invading Ukraine, when you hear the news Alexei Navalny died in prison simply because he was Putin's rival, when you see Nargis Mohammadi win the Nobel Peace Prize, but she can't accept it in person because she is locked up in jail in Iran for fighting for women's rights. When you see the American media ignore the war in Ethiopia during the pandemic, and then you watch this movie and you see what the filmmakers are trying to do, yes, you do understand what Bob was talking about when he said that politics divide people, and they never in the past have brought people together. We do need more peace and love in this world. Maybe there are billions out there who are starving for peace and love simply because they're fucking tired of suffering. Bob Marley's message and his music is needed now more than when he was alive, because back then Jamaica was on fire. But it seems now the world is on fire, and he said it in Redemption song, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Only you can free your mind. Then he goes on in the same song, how long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? We have to ask that question still to this day. So if you haven't seen this film yet, go see it and take as many people with you as possible. To me, this is one of the most important films ever made, simply because of what Bob Marley believed in and how well the filmmakers told his story. You can see in every shot that they respected Bob Marley and what he stood for. So that is all for today, my friends. I will see you next time with another movie review. And once again, my Oscar prediction special will be posted on Wednesday, March 6th. Until then, I wish you all peace and love.